Local Motion, Windsor's Entertainment Spotlight. This week, a look at arts and entertainment in Windsor and Essex County.
Tell us where you go from here, Miss Duarte. Which are the roles that you yearn to play? Whom did you sleep, dine with yesterday?
Exactly intent of your interest in me. It shows how futile acting must be.
Eva Duarte, or Evita as she is commonly known, began life as a popular radio and film star who in 1945 married Argentinian political leader Juan Perón. Through her immense help with the poor, she gained great political influence and loving popularity. And now composers Andrew Lloyd Webber and Tim Rice have immortalized during their long-running successful musical, Evita.
Basically a story of her life. It starts out in the beginning with her funeral in 1952 and then works backwards to 1934 and then works through her life, and we get to see how she became a very, very powerful woman in Argentina.
High, dares to keep his head held high while millions weep. Why the exception to the rule? Opportunist, traitor, fool!
John Watley, the co-director who also plays the part of Shay, explains how he comes from a long line of Windsor Light Opera actors in his family.
Myself, I got involved in the organization because my family was involved in it. Windsor Light Opera has a lot of families in them. We consider ourselves somewhat of a family because in the relationships that we have with one another. We're all friends, and this is a social kind of thing as well. In terms of the production, we do as professional job as we can. But there's something that keeps people coming back year after year and keep wanting to do this.
Watley also explains how the sets for Evita were built.
It's a process whereby the director meets with a set designer and basically lays out what the requirements are for a production. And then with having taken those ideas, then the set designer comes up with a mock-up of a set. Usually does that in scale so that we see what it would actually look like on a little tiny Cleary stage. And from there, then they somehow, magically, I don't know, somehow take that from that little scale thing and make it into a huge set.
I see that you're dressed in costume. What character do you play?
I play Shay. Shay is loosely based on Che Guevara. In the play, in the show, in the musical Evita, Shay basically represents somebody who comes in and he's an observer. He's not part of the action. He stands on the sidelines and helps interpret the show for the audience, and also just provides commentary, basically. Everyone else in Argentina is saying, wasn't Eva wonderful? And he says, aha, but what about this? Or points out these various things that happened in Argentina. So he's in there, my character really is in there just to add a little spice to everything. There's basically a love story between Eva Perón and Juan Perón, and he's the one who sort of comes in there with a knife and sort of breaks things up here and there and puts a little more reality on what the situation appeared to be.
Michelle Milner has an active role as one of the featured dancers in the musical. As well, she is co-directing for the first time.
This is the first time I've actually directed, and it's great. It's a lot different than being the assistant director, and it's nice. With this play, it's a lot of the choreography and the directing, because it's all music. It's a really natural step for me to take in a way, and it's a good vehicle to be the first thing I directed, because it's all music and movement and things like that. So a lot of the things that you do all the time as a choreographer, and a lot of the visual sense that you develop, you can really apply to this show in particular. With Windsor Light, actually, this is my fourth one. We did I choreographed King and I and Applause and Hello Dolly. And prior to that, I was at Wayne State and up out here in Country Playhouse for a season. And I've been in Toronto and done various dance performances there and some community theatre in London, all over the place.
Future plans for Windsor Light?
Well, the next production is MAME, and after that's not for another year, actually, because we're taking a little break with the renovation of the Cleary, so we're not doing a spring show, but we might be doing some Players productions and things like that.
Don't cry for me, want me to know that every word is true.
Windsor Light Opera's Evita opens this weekend and continues on until next weekend at the Cleary Auditorium. The benefits go to the Lung Association, which makes this wonderful music an even better choice to catch it. Well, now let's take a look at entertainment listings.